All right. Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. This is our basics class. We got a nice sunny day here in Colorado. So we're going to go ahead and get moving. We are going to be doing some more step ups today, like we did if you were here last Thursday. So if you have a little step stool around or if you're near a staircase that you can do a little step up on, that would be ideal. It's going to be 2 rounds near the beginning here. But let's go ahead and come on up to standing. We'll do a couple breathing exercises. Loosen up our spine a little bit to get started. All right, so we're gonna stand, walk the feet in so the toes are pointing straight ahead, and you wanna think about really lifting up out of those hips. So lift up out of your ankles, out of your knees, out of your hips, and then we're gonna breathe in as you bring your arms up and around, forearms together, palms together. Gently exhale and tuck your body into a ball, chin towards the chest. Good, now we'll inhale and open. Breathe in, lift the chest, squeeze your bum as you open up, turn your eyes to the ceiling or sky, pausing at the top, and then gently exhale, curl down, curl in. Try to make yourself into a little ball as you pull the chin towards the chest. Do that about 3 more times. Breathe and open. Divide the arms, squeeze the bum. You know whether I was gonna say booty or bum, so it became a boom. And then exhale, curl it back down and in, chin towards the chest. Pull those hips under as well as you pull your belly button in. Couple more. Nice big breath. Expand, pause in the top, and then exhale just a little bit longer than you normally would. Beautiful. Final one. Breathe and open. Get those shoulders moving. Fantastic. And exhale, relax. Breathe out, curl down and in. And go ahead and relax those arms down. Walk the feet just a little bit wider. And we're gonna warm up the upper body, shoulder shrugs, shoulder rolls. You can use the whole arms into it. Alternate which arm comes on top of your body. So one time it's my right arm on top. Next time it's my left arm on top. There you go. Couple more each way. Up and back. And up and back. Fantastic. From here, let's start to get some rotational movement. So kind of like tree branches here, arms nice and long, nice and heavy, guiding through the legs. Depending upon how your head feels this morning, your equilibrium, you can either look straight ahead, or if you're comfortable to turn the head as you rotate, try to look at the same spot if you are turning. So as I turn to one side, I'm looking at my fence post. As I turn to the other, I'm looking at the garage window. So find something in your house or in your yard, wherever you are. And if you're not doing it already, you can start to lift the arms, gently tap against your torso. Good, couple more each way. And go ahead and come back to center. Walk the feet back in. If you have something to balance on, go ahead and stand your walls near the chair. We're gonna do our ankle rolls with a single leg balance. So lift everything up, holding strong. And let's start on, see, I've got my left, let's go on your right. If you're mirroring me, point the foot towards the ground and then start to twirl it around. Very nice. You can hold on with both hands too if that feels better. You kind of hold on to a back of the table or a countertop. Good. If you haven't already, feel free to set that foot down for a second and then same foot. Let's twirl it, point and lift, turn it around, same thing other direction. Very good, set that foot down in between legs. Let's give the hips a little bit of a rest and we'll rock those hips side to side. Stretching out the side of the hips, there you go. Fantastic. And then same thing, so we were on probably your right, my left. Now we'll do the same thing on my right, your left. So picking the foot up, holding on with 1 or 2, and ankle rolls. Lift the toes, point the toes, circle that foot around. Very nice. Feel free to set it down for a moment, and we'll go back to it, and same thing, other direction. Lift the toes, point the toes. All those little bones and joints moving. All right, and set that foot down. So those hip rocks, let's go hip circles second time through. So we'll circle the hips. Good. Leaning back, rocking forward. You can also do hip circles from a seated position. So if you ever are somewhere that you can't get up out of your chair, maybe it's even in the airplane or something, you can just circle your hips around, get some movement through your spine and hips, keep it all loose. Very good. All right, fantastic. If your water bottle is nearby, let's grab our first drink. Keep that hydration going, especially as we're getting into the summer months. The warmer it gets, the more you want to stay hydrated. All right, so we're going to go into our first series. On our third exercise, we're going to be doing our step ups if you have them. Okay, if you don't have anything to step up on, you can pick that foot up and press it down on the floor. So if you don't have anything to step up on, you just lift the leg and bring it down to the floor. Hey, welcome, Ann. It's great to see you coming on here. But we're going to start with 1 minute of blood flow. So join me whenever you're ready. We're going to kind of mix it up a little bit as we go, starting with our cross crawl. So you can either keep both feet on the ground, reach your hand towards the opposite thigh. Hello, great to see you. Or if you're standing tall, if you feel good to go onto one leg, you can lift one foot up as you reach the hand towards the opposite foot. So it also works from seated, bowing forward, reaching the hand across the body. There you go. Or standing tall, one leg support if you want. Fantastic. Working the brain as much as we are the body. Very good. We've got 20 seconds left in this minute. Let's move it into a little bit of a steel jack. Or if you're seated in the chair, just open the arms. Bring those arms nice and wide. Add the side step if you can. Fantastic. Good shoulder opener here. And clapping those hands together, generating some energy. Good. And go ahead and rest. Fantastic. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure everybody is on mute. We're going to go into a little bit of an elevated side plank next, or if you don't feel quite ready for that, then go ahead and hold a front plank. So we're going to place both hands down onto the surface, walk your feet back, holding nice and strong, and only if you feel confident, you can come onto that one arm support, or you can even practice. I'm going to show it instead of coming all the way onto my side, kind of lifting one arm up and holding on one hand with your hips square to your shoulders. There you go, good. So you want to lift up one arm. Fantastic, holding strong here. 10 more seconds. Beautiful. And 3, 2, 1, and place it down. Walk those feet in. I was raising up my right arm to make sure which one were you raising up. It was the same or the opposite. All right, so now we're going to go into our step ups. If you have a little step stool around, that's what we recommend using, okay? If you don't have a step stool, pick that foot up and set it down. Pick that foot up and place it down. All right, otherwise, when you're ready, if you have that step stool, get as much of your foot onto that stool as you can, then you're gonna push down, standing tall, opening the hip. We're gonna stay on that same side. So maybe your left foot is up and you're gonna take it all the way off. Place that foot down, try to push your whole foot into the step, come up to standing. Very good. And then sitting back, keeping that heel planted, bringing it back down. Good, halfway through. Press, open, standing tall. Fantastic, and down. Good, and it's great if you can like have a chair or something nearby to balance yourself with, steady yourself with. Use the upper body as needed, but we're really trying to build some strength in the legs. Keep that ability to push down into that surface and extend the hip. Fantastic. Do 1 or 2 more. Back and down. Place the foot up and open. Beautiful. Last time. Open. Great job. Good, Shirley. And rest. All right, good job. Everybody rest there. Now we're going to go to the opposite side of the body. So that plank hold. So I was lifting up my right arm last time. I think if you were mirroring me, maybe you were lifting your left. Place both hands down to start. Walk those feet back. Those of you that know the side plank, if you want to do that, you can. Otherwise, keeping your hips and shoulders square. And when you're ready, you can reach your right arm out or even just pick it up straight underneath you. So What we want to really focus on here is not letting those hips drop down. So belly pulled in tight, stay nice and level. Lifting up, holding strong, 10 more seconds. Either straight up under you or you can raise it out, your choice. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Walk the feet in, coming back up. And now we're gonna do the step up on the opposite side of the body. So if you were using that step stool, it's gonna be your right foot this time. Again, if you don't have a stool to step up on, practice lifting that leg up, push down to the floor, and then lift that leg up. Otherwise, here we go, full foot up on that stair, best you can. If you're not using something to push your arms onto, the other alternative would be to reach out, drive that leg, open the hip, and then controlling down. We want to give some attention. What's going on at that knee? We don't want to let that knee drop in. You kind of push your big toe down as well as the heel. It helps control what's going on at the knee. Good job. We're halfway through here. We've got a full minute to practice these step ups. Sitting back, stepping back. Good. Place that foot down, push, stand tall, and lower. Very nice. You get to control how many you do here. So you don't want to go to exhaustion. Those muscles are starting to burn. Maybe stop a little bit early. Otherwise, 1 or 2 more. Drive that foot down and back. Good. Again, if you don't have anything to push onto, practice lifting that knee up. Very nice. Great job. All right, go ahead and rest there. We're going to take a seat for a little bit of stretching, and then we're going to come back for one more round. All right. We're going to do some rotational work for the mid-back. So come to the edge of the chair. Think about sitting up nice and tall. Ideally, you want to have both feet flat on the ground. Let's take your left hand behind the head. And now we're going to do our mid-back rotation. So you're going to bring your elbow towards that opposite knee. Sit up nice and tall. You can use your right hand on the inside of the knee if you want to give a little gentle overpressure, rotating the head and neck. Breathe in as you close down. Sitting tall, exhale as you rotate, peering over that shoulder. Let's go between 2 and 3 more. Down, lift, and rotate. Follow the elbow with the eyes. Close it down, sit tall, and gently turn. Maybe one more. Fantastic. In between sides, let's do a little bit of a side stretch from a seated position here. So either hands on the shoulders and side bending, or reaching up to overhead and bending to one side. Good, up, and then taking it to the other side. Feel that side body lengthen. Fantastic, good. Over to one side. Smile as you reach those arms up, or they can be on the shoulders. Beautiful. All right, we got to do our mid-back rotations for the opposite side of the body. So when you're ready, this time your right hand is going to go behind the head. Check in with your posture, sitting tall, bringing your elbow towards the opposite thigh. Totally okay if you can't quite touch it there. And if you'd like, you can use the left hand on the inside of the left knee to gently give some overpressure. Encourage a little bit more rotation. Breathe in, close down, sit tall, exhale as you turn the head and neck. 2 to 3 more. Good. Exhale as you rotate. Follow that elbow with the gaze. Breathe in, close it down, sit tall, and rotate. All right, nice work, everyone. That's our first round. We're going to come back up and do that one more time, starting with our cross crawl patterns. Morning, guys. Thank you. It's a little sunny today. All right, everybody. So we're going to do that 1 minute of blood flow. We did the front of the body, okay? You can keep up with that. If you want a little bit more challenge, if you feel stable enough, you can start to reach behind, trying to bring the hand behind the body, but don't force it. If you're like, oh, I don't feel stable there, then keep it in front. But those of you that know it, you can bring the hand to the foot behind the body. Otherwise, when they guide you through it in front, remember, you can also do this seated. We're bringing the hand towards the opposite thigh, and you don't have to pick that foot up. If you don't feel stable there, we'll just bow forward, cross the hand over that opposite foot. Very good. And take about another 20 seconds here. If you are going onto that single leg support, remember we want to use our midline, lift everything up as you reach across. Staying tall. Good. So it's that single leg balance as you reach across the body. Fantastic. Maybe one more each side. And rest. All right, we're going to take it back to our front plank. Option of raising your left arm up and down. Take a nice wide handprint as you support your upper body, maybe on a table, top, countertop. Walking the feet back and really watching those hips. So pull the belly button in. I'd rather see your hips piked up than arching forward. And when you're ready, left hand reaches out or just reaches up. So when we go onto that one arm support, we're putting a lot more weight into that arm. So we're holding strong, reaching out, or just a little bit up. So challenging the midline, challenging the upper body. Very good. Nice. Down. Last one, and walk it in. All right, we're going into round 2 of our step-ups on your left leg. So those of you without the step to step on, you can also do what we call like our giant steps. So with your left leg forward, you can step your right foot back and then pulling up and forward. So it's kind of like a tall lunge. Okay, so that's another option, but preferably we want to practice stepping up. So those of you with the step up, or everybody, whatever version you're doing, here we go. Drive that heel down, extend all the way, and then try to come down with control. Up, driving up. Oh, I forgot to take my foot off the step. So coming down, take your foot all the way off, and then pick it up, place it. This is where that knee tends to drop in. So if you can, kind of watch that knee as you stand. And then even as you lower, you want to still keep that knee tracking out. Take it off, press it down. You can reach those arms out if you feel like you don't have to use your upper body. And then good balance. Awesome. You know, we got to do these step ups when we get up into taller cars. If you have stairs that you're climbing in your house, even if you don't have stairs at your house, when you get outside, you know, go into different places, you've got stairs to climb. So we want to keep those legs strong. Maybe one more here. Place that foot down, reaching out and pulling up and through. Very good. Nice work. All right, go ahead and take a rest. Let's grab a little drink, and then we're going to go to the opposite side of the body. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to go back to that 3-legged plank, single arm. So it's going to be your right arm reaching out this time. When you're ready, place both hands underneath the shoulders, walk the feet back as far as you're comfortable, hips and shoulders square. And make sure your feet aren't narrow here. So have your feet set about hip width apart. 2, 1, either holding strong just like this, or if you'd like, you can reach your right arm out, bringing it down. If you feel a little unstable to reach it out, you can just pick it up and then place it down from there. So we're trying to have not any kind of major shift or movement as you pick that hand up and set it down. Either reach it out or just up and down. If you're like, ooh, that feels like too much, then just stay on these 2 arms. We've got 5 more seconds. Pulling that belly button in, holding nice and strong, and rest. Good job. Walk it in, shake it out. Last little bit of step ups on your right leg. So once again, if you don't have that step stool, this time you can do the giant step. Now you'll leave your right leg forward, step your left foot back, and extend that hip through. Otherwise, right foot up on your step stool. All right, some of you have already started. Great work. Controlling down, taking that foot all the way off. And sometimes you don't have enough space to get your whole foot up there. So as much as you can, paying attention to that knee. What's going on at the knee? We don't want it to drop in. So think about that big toe. If you can push that big toe down, that helps support your ankle. When that ankle is supported, it helps support the knee. When that knee is supported, it helps support the hip. So we've got that chain effect up the body. Good. We got about 20 seconds left. Staying tall, open, back, and down. Fantastic. Up, reach, pull through, and back. Nice. Maybe one more. Woo. All right, finish that rep. Give yourself a little mini round of applause. Some new movements for many of us here. Nice job. Let's grab a little drink and come on down to a seated position again. All right. A couple more stretches and then we'll go into our next piece. So next I want to take you in a little bit of a seated twist. So we're going to keep both feet flat on the ground. Come to the edge of the chair so you can have those feet flat. Take your left hand, we're gonna reach across the body, kind of grab onto your right thigh, and then take your right hand up to the shoulder. From here, if you wanna go deeper in the twist, you can cross this leg over. Otherwise, totally works to stay flat. I'm gonna sit tall. I'm gonna pull my body around, peering over that shoulder, and now we'll do our shoulder rolls as well. So kind of waking up that shoulder blade. We wanna do these backwards rotations. So I'm gonna rotate that elbow up and back. Shirley, if you lost me, remember to try to slide the screen across. Very good. There you go, and good. Sitting tall, looking over that shoulder. And go ahead and rest. We're gonna pivot ourselves around, same idea, opposite side of the body. So we're gonna sit tall. 1 second. Oops, I lost you all. All right. Reaching across, right hand to the left thigh. If you can't see me, I'll try to give all of our verbal cues as well. So we're going left hand to the right hand to the left thigh, left hand to the left shoulder. You're gonna pull yourself, looking over that left shoulder, and now elbow rolls. Bringing it up and around, up and back. Fantastic. And turn the head as well. So try not to watch me, not to watch the screen. I just want you to looking over that shoulder out, looking to your left. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and relax that down. Next thing we're gonna do, still seated in our chair, having the feet, you can walk them a little bit wider now, so they're about hip width apart. And then take your hands, you're just gonna put your hands like over top of your knees. From here, we're gonna try to get some movement through that mid back. So we're gonna pull the belly button in, bring the chin down towards the chest, and bring those shoulders forward. So just trying to kind of make like an angry back. So like think about like an angry cat back. And now we're gonna roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, pull the hands up and in closer to the front of the hips, and then just peer your head up. So kind of arching a little bit here, lifting the chest. Do that a couple more times. So slide the hands down the thighs, round the shoulders forward, pull that chin into the chest as you pull that belly button in. Breathing a couple of reps there, a couple breaths, and then pull the hands in towards the top of the thighs, roll the shoulders back, and lift the chest, turn the head up towards the ceiling. Couple breaths there, and then one more time. Slide those hands down, pull the chin in, tuck the head down. Breathing in the back wherever you might feel some tension. And then last time, pull the hands in towards the upper thighs, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, sitting as tall as you can, and breathing here. All right, fantastic. One more drink, and then we're gonna make our way back up to our feet. We've got some options of some overhead presses next. A couple of you, no one that's here live today, but some of you, if you tend to get really stiff in your upper neck and shoulders, I'm going to show you the cross body reach. So you can just kind of keep that shoulder moving going. You don't have to go up to overhead, especially if you're feeling too much tension afterwards. But first, we're going to come up to our feet and warm up a little toe touch because we're going to do some deadlifting this morning, which simply means we're going to pick up some weights off the ground. But first, our toe touch. So walk your feet in so they're about hip width apart. Turn those toes so they're pointing straight away from you. And standing tall, we're going to bring the chin down to the chest, pull that belly button in, get a little bend in your knees, but then we're going to just see where can I reach today, reaching down for the toes, And maybe you get to the knees and feel a good stretch, or the shins. Don't force anything. And then when you're ready, we'll start to make our way back up, pushing through your feet, pushing, pushing, tucking your hips under, coming all the way up to standing. Fantastic. Let's go that one more time if you feel good for it. Little bend in the knees, chin down to the chest, pull the belly button in, and reach. Reaching down, reaching down, reaching down. Patiently here, never forcing. Say, all right, body, there's your range of motion right now. No problem. Making your way back up to standing. Fantastic. Roll those shoulders back, standing tall. All right. If you have two different weights, you're going to get a little bit heavier weight to pick up off the ground, and either no weights or a little bit lighter weight for that overhead press. Again, if you're someone that's not going to be pressing overhead, you're just going to reach the body, reach the arm across without any weights. So pick the weights you want to use. And if you don't feel like you want to hold weights, just mimic it as if you do. So the little bit heavier weight we're going to use first. If you are okay to set it on the ground, I'm going to set it down on the ground. It's going to be right between my feet. From here, I'm going to kind of come over top of it. Walk my feet out nice and wide. Okay, so my feet are just outside the hips. I'm thinking about standing tall up out of my hips. Get a little bend in those knees, pulling the belly button, and now I'm going to bow forward. I want to have a nice flat back here. Yep, coming down, picking up the weight. So I've got my dumbbell just nice and vertical. I'm just grabbing the top of the dumbbell. And now from here, depending upon your range of motion, you don't have to go all the way back to the floor. So maybe you just go to about the height of your knees and then stand from there. Good job. Bowing forward, controlling down, pulling that belly button in, squeeze those glutes, standing. Very nice. And notice I'm keeping this weight close to my center of gravity, so I'm not reaching out away from me. Straight up. Very nice. Controlling down. Upper body is activated, holding those shoulders back. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the backside. Couple more. Bowing down. And obviously, when I say a couple more, if you're like, no, I'm good, just don't do any more. Just do what you need to do. Maybe last one here. If you got one more in you, bowing forward. Push your legs into the ground to stand. Squeeze the bum and rest. Good job. Set that weight down. We're going to go to your left hand. I'm going to be in my right. Starting to lose my sunshine. I'm just going to shift just a little bit this way. All right. So let's go ahead and pick your weight up if you're going to reach weight overhead. If not, just make a fist with your hand. If you have it in your left hand, step your left foot back ever so slightly. All right. So here you can just do the cross body reach. Just keep that shoulder moving. Or if you have some weight, we want to push straight up. Elbow forward and smooth the press up. Good job. Bringing it down to the shoulder and then straight up from there. Fantastic. Elbow forward. Good. Nice. Straight over the center of the head. Down and up. Fantastic. Couple more. Down. Press. Good. Last one. And rest. Good job. Set that weight down. Next, instead of going back to the deadlift, we're going to warm up a little bit of squatting. So we're going to do what we call our squat sit to start. I recommend having something that you can support with your upper body, unless you're like, oh no, I've got my squats, I know. Set the feet about hip width apart. I'm going to hold on with my upper body. Hopefully I'm not going to hit my bum here on the bench. I'm going to gently send my hips back as I push my knees out, and you're going to come down as far as you can, keeping your feet firmly planted, driving your knees out, chest ideally up, and then use your upper body as much as you need, but you're focused on pushing through your legs. Very good. Heels down, drive your knees out, pulling yourself down as far as you're confident, and then drive your feet into the ground to stand. Good job. We're going to practice this another 30 seconds. Sitting back, sitting back, sitting back. You can reach those arms out if you feel like you don't need to use them. Otherwise, use them without any kind of shame or guilt. Just do what you need to do to move. Last one. Good, and that's it. Reaching out. Good. That's the way, Shirley. And all the way up. Woo! Squats, you either love them or hate them, but those are really good to keep our independence, keep our body moving to that full range. All right, we got to balance out that upper body. So we're going to go back to the lighter weight, or you're just going to reach across. Don't feel like you have to use weights here. If you are using weights, you're probably going to be on your right side of the body. You're going to just gently step that right foot back. You can support the left hand on the hip. And then whenever you're ready, either reaching across or reaching straight up towards the overhead position. Smooth, elbow comes forward as you lower. Fantastic. Press, controlling down. Very good. That's a strong overhead reach. 10 more seconds. Good. Shirley, just think elbow straight ahead as you lower. Elbow forward. Bring that weight down towards the shoulder. That looked better. Good. Last one. Up and reach and controlling it down. Awesome job. All right, let's set that down. That's set one. I'm going to take you through it one more time. Grab a little drink. All right, so it's going to be deadlift, and then that overhead or cross body reach or press. Squatting on round two. If you prefer to squat to a bench or a chair, you can squat to a bench or a chair, or stick with what we did that first round. All right, so whatever weight you want to pick up off the ground, you can bring it right between your feet. Walk your feet about hip width apart, toes pointing, mostly straight ahead. From here, I'm going to have a little bend in my knees. I send my hips back, pull that chin in, and then once you get your weight, you're going to push through those legs, standing straight up. Controlling down. And remember, depending upon your toe touch, maybe just go to mid-shin, right about the height of the knee, bowing forward, standing tall. Okay, so this changes from the squat in that we're hinging at the hips. So you send the hips back and the chest bows forward, bowing forward and stand. Good. So it's considered like a hinging movement, like the hinge of a door. You're hinging at the hips. There you go. Hinging forward. We just don't want to have those knees locked out. So belly button pulled in. Maybe one or two more. Squeeze the glute as you stand and controlling down. Very good. Finish that rep. Set your weight to the side. Final round of that overhead reach or press. We're going to start with your left arm. Nice work. So you're going to bring that weight up to the left shoulder. Your left foot steps back, and you can use your right hand either on the hip or place the hand on your abdomen here. 2, 1, when you're ready, pushing straight up or reaching across the body. Good. Elbow comes forward as you lower, reach and control down. Fantastic. Keeping those shoulders moving, keeping some strength in that upper body. Wonderful. Good. And you're pressing a little bit out to the side. Think straight over the head. That looks better. There you go. Wonderful. Last one. Nice, Shirley. And rest. All right. Squatting. Squatting is next. This is the end of the squats for the day. I'm going to just squat to my bench here. So set the feet about a little bit of a toe out, chest nice and tall. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to reach those arms out, send the hips back, controlling down to your seat or chair and all the way up. If you're comfortable to squat without the chair or want to do what we did on the first time, that's great as well. Otherwise, do what you're comfortable with. On the squat now, we're sending the hips back, but we don't want to necessarily lose that chest posture. So if you're not holding weights, I'd like to reach those arms out to help encourage that chest to stay tall. Good work. About another 20 seconds. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. And if you're lowering to a bench or chair, see how softly can you sit down. Control back and stand. Fantastic. Maybe one or two more. Back, back, back. And all the way up. Woo! All right, and just the opposite arm of that overhead press. So coming to your right side of the body, taking it up to the shoulder, right foot steps back, and then left hand either on the hip or place that hand on the upper abdomen. 2, 1, here we go. Smooth the press. Elbow forward. Excellent. Reach. There you go. And control. Drive it high. Awesome. Yep, moving smooth. Breathe, control down. Maybe one or two more. This is my last one. Press it up, bringing it down, and everybody rest. Woo! All right, let's grab a little drink. That's our second circuit all done. We're gonna come back with one more. I gotta go grab it out of the garage. We need the long bands for this next circuit. If you have a long band around, go ahead and grab it. I'll be right back. All right, great work. So we're gonna keep you all moving here. We're gonna kind of get right into our last set, and then we'll do some stretching at the end. So again, if you have that long band, we're gonna be utilizing it for our second exercise. The first exercise, we're gonna do a one-armed march. What I mean by that is you're gonna hold the weight in one arm while we march the legs. So we're gonna start with the weight. Doesn't have to be super heavy, just something moderate on the left side of the body. And I wanna kind of pay attention to how I'm holding the weight. So I'm gonna roll the shoulder back and think about turning your palms slightly forward. Good. From here, standing tall. And depending upon your energy level right now, you can just practice standing without kind of shifting your body. Or if you want a little bit more challenge, you can marching in place or walking around your space. So staying tall, we've got 30 seconds here. Come on over, Cosmo. Everyone likes to see your furry face. Yeah, Cosmo. All right, staying tall. This is my stepdog, Cosmo. Eyes straight ahead. We're almost done with that first 30, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Set that weight down. If you have those long bands, we're going to go ahead and grab those and take a seat. If you're comfortable to sit on the floor, you're welcome to sit on the floor. Otherwise, nice and tall. All right, we're going to take that band around one or both feet. If you don't have the band, just mimic the movement best you can. So we're going to reach those arms out, palms face down towards the ground. And then when you're ready, you're going to pull those elbows back and in, pulling the band into the side. So you're going to reach forward and squeeze, pulling them in together. Good. Down and back. We're working for 30 seconds here. So working on that posture, sitting up tall, pulling that chin in. And then really pulling those shoulder blades back and together. So strengthening that mid back. Let's go one more. Reaching forward, back and in. 2, 1, and come back up to our feet. We're going to go back to that single arm carry, this time in your right arm. So pick the weight, turn that palm forward, and 2, 1, here we go. So you're either standing and holding or at the march. Breathe. This is our first of 3 rounds here today. If you haven't been with us in a while, maybe it's your first time joining us, maybe I recommend doing 2 of the 3 rounds, depending upon your recent activity levels. Idea is to move consistently, not be too sore that you can come back for our next session. Very good. And 2, 1, and rest. That's our 30 seconds. Next, we're going to do what we call an elevated burpee. So whatever tabletop you were using for our planks in the beginning, that's ideally what we want to use now. You're going to place the hands down underneath the shoulders. Step your feet back so you come to the top of the push-up. You're going to step up, squeeze the glutes, stand tall. You can either stand straight up, or if you're good to reach up to overhead a little bit more, reach up to overhead. Here we go. Working for 30. Place the hands, step the feet back, stepping up, squeeze the backside and reach to overhead. Good. Support, step, reach up. You can say, great day to be alive. Woo. Good. Step it back, step it up, smile as you reach to overhead. Wonderful. Maybe one or two more. And if this kind of provokes you to get a little bit dizzy, one, try to find something that you're focused on as you stand up, okay? Or just take a break altogether. That's that 30 seconds, everybody. Good job. That's round one. We're gonna take a short 30-second break and we'll be back for 2 more rounds. Nice work. All right, Anne's getting in some bonus reps there. So 15 seconds, we're gonna be back to that single arm hold or carry. Your left hand, I'll be on my right side. Depending upon how that first round went, you can stick with the same weight or go a little bit heavier. 2, 1, here we go. Shoulder back and down, palm just gently turn forward. We want to avoid that rounded position, so we want to pull ourselves up. Get a little marches here. Feel free to move around your space, making sure you don't have anything to trip on. Fantastic. Less than 10 seconds. And 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and set that weight down. We're going back to the chair or back to the floor for that seated row. All right. So come to the edge of your chair, band around one foot, sit nice and tall, reach those arms out in front of the body, and whenever you're ready, pulling it back and in, pausing in the back, reaching forward without losing your posture. Squeeze, pulling those elbows in and together, reach, and row. Good. Really key, you want to build the strength in that mid-back. For the breathing, I can breathe in to reach, exhale on the row. Good, let's get 2 more. Last one, reach, row, and everybody rest. All right, that's our midway point of round 2. We're gonna come back to our feet for that single arm march. Let's see, I'm going into, you're gonna be on your right arm this time. So pick that weight up, palm gently forward. Where's your shoulder on your body? Set it back. And when you're ready, either just standing tall or a little bit of a march, you can move around your space. Obviously, with the weight on one side of the body, we're focusing to not let ourselves fall down to that side. Then you also don't want to overcompensate and lean too far to the other side. You want to stay straight up and down best we can. Good, 10 seconds. Nice steady march. You don't realize how much you use your midline when you carry things, but you certainly do. And there's our rest. Fantastic. If you're feeling a little bit fatigued, don't worry about these burpees. Take this part off. You can just kind of stay tall, move a little bit. Otherwise, if you're joining me for those elevated burpees, here we go. Placing the hands down, stepping the feet back. See if you can alternate which foot steps back and then which foot steps up. Control down, step back, step up. Squeeze the glutes, reach up high. Fantastic, good. Opposite leg this time, step it back, step it up. Squeeze the bum as you pull yourself up to standing. Maybe one more. Back, up, and all the way up. Woo! All right, 30 seconds rest. If you've had enough for the day, just hang out during this last round. If your energy's still feeling good, we've got one more round before our cool down stretch. Sun keeps moving on us. All right, going in 15 seconds. Back to our single arm carry. Let's go weight in your left hand. Slight forward turn of the wrist, shoulder back and down, and here we go. Breathing and moving, stand tall. Very nice. Those of you that are taking this round off, doing a little bit of seated work in the chair, if you know a little bit of neck movement, you kind of bring the chin to the chest, ear to the shoulder, just gently moving the head around a little bit while you're waiting for the cool down stretch. 10 seconds left for those of you here moving with me on this last round. 2, 1, and rest. Very good. If you are seated in the chair, maybe taking a break on the marching, if you feel okay to do the banded work. This is our last little bit of seated rows with the band. I'll put that band around one foot, sitting nice and tall. Palms down as I reach forward, and then here I go, rowing back it in. Nice long reach, and squeeze those shoulder blades. Palms down, and I just very mildly rotate the palms up as well, kind of activate the bicep a little bit more. Pulling it in, reaching out. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Couple more. And rest there. Fantastic. If you're coming up for the marches, that's our final carry. In your right hand, standing tall, shoulders set back, palms slightly forward. 2, 1, and finishing it out. We got the march, the burpees, and our cool down stretches. Great job, everyone, today. And celebrate if you recognize that you're feeling a little bit tired and you took a rest. That's not wimpy. That is intelligent. Meeting your body where it is. We want to be smart about when we choose to exercise and how much volume we do with the exercise. 2, 1, and rest. All right, just the burpees for those of you that have the energy. Nice deep breaths. Ready, and here we go. Support through 2 hands. Step back, step it up, squeeze and reach. Stretch high to overhead. Wonderful. Opposite foot steps back this time. Try to step up with the same one and stand. There you go, good. Let's get about 2 more. Down, back, up, reach. Last one. Back, up, and all the way up. Woo! All right, everybody's done. Clap it out, grab the water, and we'll stretch. Nice job. Okay. So somebody was asking about hamstring stretches. They're not here right now, but I wanted to show variation. So while you're kind of getting into position, we talked about it before with the leg out here, but tends to kind of be mostly in the back. If you have a position in your home or whatnot that you can set yourself to where you can elevate your foot up and then reach out, that tends to take less out of the back and gets a little bit more specific into the back of the leg for a hamstring stretch. Okay, so we're gonna start there. If you don't have anywhere to prop your foot up, that's okay. Well, it's all right to stretch the back as well. So let's start with your left leg, reaching it straight out. If you want to elevate it up on something, you can. Otherwise, you'll sit tall out of the hips, reach the hands out. You're going to slide the hands down only as far as you're comfortable. Pull the chin in towards your chest. And just see where you might feel the stretch on this one. I tend to feel this a little bit right between my shoulder blades, a little bit on my low back. Biased towards the opposite side of my body I'm reaching away from. Couple breaths here. And you kind of use your hands on your legs to bring yourself back up. And now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Walk that foot in, extend that opposite foot, sit tall, and then you control how far down you want to slide those hands, pulling the belly button in, bowing the head down. And breathe. We're always breathing, sometimes not so aware of how we're breathing. When you're ready, making your way back up. Very good. Come to the edge of the chair. Set your feet a little bit outside the hips. We're going to bring the hands onto the thighs. And what we're going to do is kind of bow forward. Take your left hand, kind of push it into your left knee. And then you can lean in towards your right side and turn your head, looking over that left shoulder. Just a little bit of a twist. And you'll come back up to center. Same thing other side. I'm going to push my right. Let's see, how did I do that? And then we're going to push and rotate away. We're going to go about 2 to 3 times each direction. Rotate here over and away. Up, and same thing. Let's get a little bit different twist in the body. Maybe one more time each side. Twisting, rotating, turning the head. Last one. All right, going to walk the legs in. Now we're gonna go back to the hips. So right foot firmly planted, see if you can grab that left knee, pulling it up and in. Before we worry about stretching the hips, let's revisit some movement at the ankle like we did in the first part of the hour today. So we'll roll those ankles around, lift the toes, point the toes. Good, switch directions. And set that foot down. Same thing other side. Lifting that foot up, roll the ankle around. There you go, switch directions. Awesome job, and rest. All right, as you go back to your left leg, a couple of choices here. So you can cross it over, hug it in, or if you feel okay for, I guess, figure four stretch, we call it, you're gonna let this knee drop down. So ideally you wanna get that left ankle above the right knee. If you can't quite get that there, just meet it where it is, but you wanna let this knee start to lower down. And see how tall you can sit as you do that. If you want to take the left hand gently on the left knee, give a little gentle overpressure. Let's hold about another 15 seconds here. Breathing as you stretch. If it starts to get painful, back out of it. Good job, and rest. Pull that leg up, set it down. Same thing, opposite side. Working that foot up, seeing if you can get that ankle above the opposite knee. Best you can, sit tall. You can go right hand on the right knee ever so gently. Good, we'll hold about 20 seconds or so here. Good, 10 more seconds. Great time to give the eyes a break. Close the eyes as you breathe. And rest. Good job coming out of that. And then we're going to finish with some love for the upper body. So let's take your right hand, reach that arm straight up best you can, bend at the elbow. I'm going to lose my little sun hat here. Reach around, grab, pull it back. And you can either hold right here if you're good to add some side bending to it. You can bend to one side, sit tall. Good, you're looking to bend away from the side, you're stretching. Fantastic. Maybe one more. And release. Good job. If you can gently swing your arms without slapping your hands against anything, we'll give a gentle little arm swing. Opening the chest. There you go. Smack my hand a little bit there. And then when you're ready, same thing, opposite side. So now your left, bend, chin in. How tall can you sit? How long can you hold your neck? Pull that elbow back. And as you choose, gently bending to the side. Wonderful. One or two more. And shake that out. All right, last little bit. I'm gonna come a little bit closer and we're gonna stretch the neck. All right, sitting tall. We're gonna chin down to the chest, looking down. Feel the back of the neck lengthen slightly. You come back to center. Next, we're gonna rotate. So you're gonna turn your head to one side, looking over your right shoulder as far as you can. You can take your left hand, 2 fingers up on the cheekbone, not on the jaw, so over towards your nose, and just nice and gentle. Imagine like the pressure of about a quarter or so. Not that I could get a quarter to rest on your cheek, but just imagine nice and gentle. And release there. Good, we're gonna go back to the chin towards the chest, sit tall, chin in towards the chest, looking down. If you want to give a little overpressure here, you can use the tippity top fingertips on the top of the head, very gently, giving a little overpressure. And release there. And then when you're ready, sitting tall, turning the head to the other side, looking to your left. If you want to use your right hand, 2 fingers up on the cheekbones of the right side, just encouraging a little bit more rotation. And release there. Very good. And then the last thing I'm going to leave you with is a little bit of breathing. So if the next couple of days you feel tight in these upper shoulders, you know, obviously movement is great too. And you can also kind of use the breath to help encourage a little bit of release through that area. So what we're going to do is on the inhale, we're going to bring our shoulders up towards our ears. And on the exhale, we're going to gently bring them back and down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull them down. You can even kind of reach the arms out as you do so. Again, I'll breathe in, lift up, and exhale. Send them back and down. Let's go twice more. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one. And shake it all out. Shake, 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 move, shake, gentle. And rest. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Stay hydrated, stay loose, and don't forget to enjoy your days. Go ahead and stop that recording.